Hello, Internet. It's June 12th, 2018, and welcome to Chatzu's Corner. This is a series that I used to do back in the day that I'm bringing back, where basically I'm just going to talk about pretty much whatever I want. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about the two biggest news stories of the day. Obviously, one of them carries more significance to the world than the other, but we're going to cover them both here, because why not? First thing we're going to talk about is let me bring it up here, the Nintendo E3 2018. It's a press conference. It was like it would be considered a press conference. It did a Treehouse Live afterwards, but basically their E3 showing. I'm going to go through and basically give my general thoughts on what was actually shown. I attempted to do a live stream of this, but that went horribly wrong. I was able to fix it afterwards, but by then it was too late, and I wasn't doing it live, so this was my backup plan. Alright, first thing that showed off was a game called Demon Ex Machina. Not really sure what to think of that one, so we'll have to wait and find out. They announced DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I've never played Xenoblade Chronicles, so couldn't really speak to that. And then there was Let's Go Pikachu / Let's Go Eevee, which, I mean, it's a Pokemon game on the Switch. Pretty much what a lot of people have been looking forward to, especially ever since the Switch was announced, knowing that that was also going to double as their new handheld, even though the 3DS is still alive and kicking as far as I know. Then they announced Super Mario Party, so if you're into Mario Party, I'm sure that must be really exciting. I've never been really into those games, but it looks like a fun little party game. And Fire Emblem Three Houses. Once again, if you're a Fire Emblem fan, I'm sure that had to have blown your mind. Then, of course, Fortnite is coming to the Switch. Not a Fortnite fan, don't really know much about it, so I guess if you're a Nintendo fan and a Fortnite fan, then there you go. Overcooked 2. I wasn't even aware of this franchise, but if you like first Overcooked, there's a sequel on the way. And when I was doing my stream, I kind of blew it off, going, "Oh, that looks stupid." But honestly, after looking more at the gameplay of it, it looks like something that might be kind of fun. These little multiplayer kind of game. And Killer Queen Black was a game shown off. Once again, not really sure what to think of that. Hollow Knight. I'm sorry, I couldn't read my own handwriting for a second there. Hollow Knight's coming to the Switch. That's a game I've really been looking forward to playing. I gotta get around to that sometime. There was this Splatoon 2 and Smash tournaments, tournament-like things. Something was going on. I wasn't really paying much attention to that because I had no interest in it. But that's a thing. I don't know if that already happened or if that's still going on or what. Give a little update on Octopath Traveler, which is an interesting looking game, especially for fans of the old school sprite-based RPGs from back in the day. They showed off a reel of other things that are coming to the Switch, mostly ports. And then, of course, there was the big reveal. Let me get this up here. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And by far the biggest news coming out of this right now is that every character from previous Smash Bros. Games is making a return. So, yeah, I think the last one I played was Melee. I actually have the one on the Wii, but I never got around to playing it. It shows how crazy my life gets, plus I've been playing other things. I was waiting for the Wii U version to come down in price, but Nintendo's really weird about not ever doing that. You know. Although this looks like it might just completely supersede that one anyway. Because, any character you ever want to play, it's all right there. I don't know. I might eventually pick up the Wii U version anyway. But yeah, so that's a thing. Also, they mentioned new. I'm not sure what the special moves in Smash Brothers are called. Been out of the series for so long. I need to get back into it. I really loved the original Smash Brothers. I actually didn't play much of Melee. My main experience with Smash Brothers is the N64 version. I played the ever living crap out of that along with my brothers. Um, yeah, so that was exciting news. But also they introduced Ridley. So Ridley, from what I hear, he was a boss character in one of the games, from my understanding, and now they're actually putting the roster. Actually, you can see him in the background there of that picture. But yeah, that was the Nintendo press conference. Honestly, before doing this, for writing all these down, I figured they hadn't actually talked about much. Although there's a lot of things that people wish they would have actually gone into, like status update on Metroid Prime 4. You know, some people were also hoping for another Animal Crossing. Nothing mentioned yet, but then again, Nintendo kind of does things on their own time, so it doesn't mean that those we're not gonna actually get those things. It just means that they're not talking about it at E3. They kind of, for the most part, they kind of disregard E3 as a big thing. They just do their treehouse, and they kind of do their own thing. They're Nintendo. What are you gonna do? But yeah, that's that. And unless there's any new developments, that's pretty much all there is as far as E3 goes. Hopefully, this video is much more informative for. Well, much more informative than my other videos on E3. Mostly because I'm not focused on playing a game while doing this at the same time. I need to do this format a lot more often. I have no idea, by the way, how often I'm going to be doing these. It's just going to be whenever I feel like there's something that I want to talk about. So that's all for the gaming-related news. That's all for E3. And now we come to the other big story today, the Korean summit. That happened. Trump met with Kim Jong-un, and it seems to have gone pretty well. Um, there's apparently no arguing and yelling, and we're all still alive. Nuclear war didn't break out, so that's always a good thing. Apparently, from what I hear, and I haven't done a whole lot of research into it yet, I'm digging through what I can. But apparently, Kim Jong-un has agreed to a full denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, actually on paper. I think he had given it lip service before, and I think it was actually a signed deal now. And the U.S., hopefully I'm wording this right, we've agreed to no longer do war games with South Korea, which I've been hearing some people reporting as this huge concession, but I find that strange, because if the whole point of this is to be moving towards peace, why would we need to be doing war games there anyway? I've been hearing some people saying that it's a really bad idea, because what if, Un goes back on what he's promising in this, to which I'm thinking, well, then we'll cancel the agreement and start doing the war games again. No big deal. If he doesn't hold up his end of the bargain, we don't have to hold up our end of the bargain. That's kind of how it works. And honestly, I'm not going to get into the whole debate of whether or not Trump is a horrible president or a good president or whatever. I'm just going to take a look at each individual thing that he does and make up my own mind as to whether I think it's good or bad. The whole Korean situation so far, I have agreed with the way that he's handled it. Fiery language, sometimes you have to use that when it comes to certainly Asian politics. It's not like that all around the world, but typically from what I've seen in Asia, you gotta do a lot of dick waving to get what you want, and if there's anything that Trump is good at, it's certainly that, and it's worked out pretty well so far from the looks of it, so I don't see any reason why it won't continue to work out well. Pounded his chest, got what we want. In theory, it's going to take years for this to actually come to fruition. So, yeah, we will see what comes of this. But also, one thing I want to say, going back to the when he does good things, I'll praise him. When he does bad things, I will criticize him. If you want me to get a little critical, I'll go ahead and go way back to his bullshit on the whole mass shootings having something to do with video games thing. There's an idea of something that I would say that was absolutely dumb and idiotic. So there you go. If you wanted your Trump bashing, ta-da! There's that. And moving forward, something good happens, something bad happens. I'll probably be covering that too. I don't like talking about politics a whole lot. Debates usually get heated, and there's a lot of trolling involved, and I'm just like, keep me out of the drama. But it is what it is. So that is where I am going to go ahead and end this episode. So once again, June 12th, 2018, and this is Chatzu signing out.